In, how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Initial D4. Well, hopefully today being able to beat the remaining races, because I have no clue if I can manage to do it or not, but we will see. Well, I still don't even know how many races are remaining. According to the stage selection, there's only one against Keisuke, but I gotta assume that after that, Takumi is gonna show up, right? It has to happen. But yeah, we will see. I also don't want to put any additional part, like any upgrade to the car. I want my car to be as it is. So here. Yeah, apparently it's not all stars. That's what I'm assuming, that either Takumi or maybe Bunta later is the one that's gonna have all stars. I think this is the same dialogue that we seen yesterday, right? It's definitely the same dialogue. Alright. Well, let's get into it. I don't know how long this could take, but it will be a very long time. Essentially requires me to drive perfectly after all. Like, you see, for example, that already means that it's probably not gonna be a victory. So I guess this could be a good run to at least get used to the track. But yesterday I would say that I was relatively used to the track, but after a whole day, might not be the case. I don't know, hard to tell. See, that's one that you had to... you gotta get used to that group of corners, without a doubt. Now, something that I checked about this game is that apparently... You know, yesterday I was talking about the difficulty. Like, that if there was any difficulty setting. Apparently there is. And apparently the game is on the easiest difficulty setting. The thing is that the higher difficulty settings get unlocked when you beat the game. Wait, hold up. Might as well let the timer run out here. So it's a little bit loud for me for some reason. Or is it? I guess I could leave it there. Not that bad. Yeah. Oh, I didn't... Yeah, this dialogue. Oh shit, he's possessed again. This is what Project D does to people. It was funny. Alright, yeah, guys, I never read the rematch dialogue before against this guy. It seems that everyone in this track has an aura for some reason. You know what, I thought that the whole aura thing was something that they added in 5th stage, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was there in 4th stage as well. I mean, obviously it's something that is an aesthetic choice and has, like, it doesn't affect anything related to the actual story. I thought it was exclusive of 5th stage. Maybe I'm wrong. I like the fact that you hit the wall there. This is still... Not behind now. That set of corners is the one that is the most important one. If you don't do that one well, you are done for. The shame is after that it's mostly free. Mostly. Not fully. At the end there are some hard corners, but like that corner is clearly the hardest thing. Without a doubt. Like these corners here are very normal compared to what you see on the first sectors. Only right at the end that I think you get some relatively hard ones. But up until then you have some very, very easy corners. Like most of this don't even require you to break. This one will though. Even the one that requires you to break is not really that big of a deal. Very doable. Even those, like, these corners are not really an issue whatsoever. The second section is the most important thing. That's the one you have to do properly. That's the one that you have to fully do. Now the question is this guy possessed every time that I ask for a rematch? No. So that seems to be... I thought it was something that happened always at the same time, but no, it seems that there is something unknown that makes it happen. So it was like when decibels get to the limit, but yeah, no, it just seems to be a regular sound glitch. I wonder if the other initial D games are also like that. Because I would also assume that most of the other initial D games follow the exact same engine and, you know, basic stuff that this game has, so I will probably assume that they also will have those issues in this emulator. I mean, I will assume that the regular arcade machine doesn't have these issues. It would be a little bit weird if it did. So, he overtook regardless. that zigzag, you kind of have to do it without looking at the minimap. Like, you don't have enough time to look at the minimap. Something that you have to fully do on your own. Okay. So here I should probably retry, right? Yeah. But at least you have a way to retry that is not that bad. Oh, there is a car, or multiple cars on the side. Those are the people that probably came as spectators, most likely. Maybe. Yeah. Well, if they were spectators, it's pretty disappointing that someone will lose on purpose. Well, you see the spectators in the starting line. It's quite crazy how in initial D the spectators cannot possibly know what happens on the race, because they only are at one spot of the track and there is no technology that broadcasts the race, so They should see the cars pass and that's it. But I guess that's mostly how it used to be races back then when, you know, stuff like, you know, instant, the live streams were not a thing. I want to practice the corner section here. I want to see if I can at least get it right once. It would be pretty nice. You can also kind of use the gutters for it. And after that one, yeah, that other corner is also slow, and then you kind of have... Oh, never mind, you don't have a brake. This is also a slow corner. But I think at that point you are already going slow. You probably don't even need to use the brakes. This basically will require another reset. It's so funny to see this, seeing the kilometers per hour at 100. Pretty funny. Going 100 kilometers per hour against the wall somehow. Well, to be fair, I guess if the measurements of the car are completely busted, it could give you that you're going a speed that you are not really going. Was a good corner. I guess if you do this track enough times, eventually looking at the minimap will be completely unnecessary. You will know exactly what corner is coming. That's the second time he overtakes me there for some reason. Seems that will be the new obstacle to get over. There I have to brake a lot more. Just braking a little bit won't be enough. To brake so much more for what comes there. It's crazy that afterwards it's essentially impossible to recover anything. I guess one thing I could do, I mean, for now I want to keep trying like this, but if at some point it feels like the end of the stream is coming and I still haven't gotten this, I think that the best thing I could possibly do is try this with upgrades. It's probably for the best. Trying it with upgrades, because if the following playthroughs, like when you beat the game, you can increase the difficulty. If you can increase the difficulty, I do gotta assume that the upgrades play a role in it and you can actually go faster. At the same time, for how the game works, you cannot really do upgrades unless you decide to stop continuing. So if you want to, you know, beat the whole game in... Well, I don't think you can beat the whole game in 1 credit, because for every race I think it asks you for a new credit. But what I'm trying to say is that if you want to enter your card and beat the game without taking it out, I don't think you can do upgrades. That corner sequence is out of control, without a doubt. Now, I really wish I remember what track in the anime this is supposed to be. It might be the one that they fight the Hand of God and the Feet of God, but something tells me it's not that one. Something tells me that it's another one, but I don't know which one. I mean, after all, it's not like it's perfectly following the events of the story. I mean, there is a bit of everything, really. At the same time, when it comes to upgrades, I think that the only thing that will make a difference in a game like this is acceleration. Being able to reach a certain speed at a smaller amount of time. It definitely gets that's something that I'm noticing about this game, that it seems that the CPUs mostly get a speed boost right before a very hard zone, which makes it even harder, as if it wasn't hard enough already, you know? I somehow managed to keep this guy behind me, but not a surprise when I'm blocking him like it was the last thing I could do. I mean, if you don't actively try to block this guy, you're not gonna win. Clearly, no. And that also highlights just how extremely hard to overtake it is in this game. In the previous game, it seems that at some point, when the difference of speed between your rival and you were so big, you couldn't really block them anymore. Oh, that was bad. Okay. This is a slow corner. Nice, I did it well. He's still close, and he might even get another speed boost near the end as well. So we cannot be safe yet. Okay, got him. Nice. I guess that was relatively fast compared to what I was expecting. But the question now is if that's the end or if Takumi comes next. I don't know. Will be either way. We'll go... How many things does that guy have in his ear? I wouldn't say that I'm fast, it's more that my car is so big you cannot overtake me. Takumi's gonna beat his ass.
かし D のエースの一人をこうも鮮やかに任すとはな。恐ろしいやつだぜ。どうやら想像以上。
I will be very disappointed if Takumi doesn't come next. Okay, there it is. Yeah, of course.
今こそお前の実力が試さ
Now,
れ
the problem is that Takumi was essentially the hardest race before this track, so a little bit concerned. It has the carbon front cover here.
あんたとのバトルなら俺も油断できないから。藤原、相手のペースに合わせてやることはない。ここの速攻と路側帯が使えることは気がついているだろう。はい。圭介さんに勝った相手が俺の力がどこまで通用するかはわからないけど、フリーに入って
And Takumi got an aura as well.
期待されてるんだ。プロジェクト B のエースとして。
It would be nice at least if every aura looked different. They are all blue, or light blue. Something tells me that this will take a while. But it's the same song as the previous race. It's as I say, the second race against Takumi took an insane amount of time to beat. This one could potentially take even more than that. So I'm a little bit afraid. I think the problem here is that the hard sections happen at the end. That's the issue. So, when you fail to block them, how is the advantage gonna lose? Like, how bad are they gonna run away after that? I wonder. Will be very bad. It most likely will be very bad. Yeah, at this point you do gotta assume that them overtaking you means it's over. And this guy, I wonder if he has all the stars or if they reserve that for Bunta. Since Bunta is most likely not a selectable opponent, I will assume that that won't be the case. Bunta is something that appeared once and that's it. There was one of the arcade games where it wasn't a one-time only thing. You could actually raise him as many times as you want. And not only that, you could choose the difficulty as well. It could go slower or faster, but you could choose it. It seems that in this game it will go back to how it was in the first one. That it was essentially like an Easter egg at the end of the game and that's it. I mean, in one way I prefer it to be that way, because otherwise I will feel forced to beat him. I think that beating Bunta is in a whole different level of fucked up. So yeah. This is the same logic as with Keisuke. You cannot let him overtake. I almost didn't make it to the end. Alright. That's fine. Might still take a long time, but it's the same logic as the previous race, just in the opposite direction.
よくやったな、藤原。お前本当にいい仕事したぜ。 追い詰められてギリギリの状況で覚醒し進化する
Well,
走
he
り
didn't really get pushed to the limit here.
また速くなったぜ
At that point, he was just doing a time trial.
あんたも速かったけど今は俺チームのみんなの期待を背負って走ってるんだ負けるわけにいかないぜ俺は D のドライバ
Well,
ーなんだから
that didn't stop Keisuke from losing, though.
そっちがそのつもりなら
Something tells me it's not gonna be one more time.
やってやれ藤原密度の濃いバトルをすることでさらにコースの把握が進むはずだわかりました涼介さん
You better tell Ryosuke to stay here for a while. It certainly won't be only one time. Will be a lot more than that.
相手が来ても D のエースとして
That's fine. Ironically, this the Hachiroku here feels faster than Keisuke's car. I guess at this point in the game, we can essentially understand the cars are as actually being just the skins and not really representing the actual car they are supposed to represent, you know? Because that's the logical understanding of it. The thing that fucked me there was the last corner of that sector. So the second sector that essentially was the third sector in the previous race should theoretically be the easiest one. Yeah, essentially, this sector is the one that is a break. Like, you don't need to do anything more than just go forward. Right. But at the same time, it works perfectly to let the timer run out. I wonder what happens if you go the wrong way for a while. Does it matter? I mean, it's not like you're gonna crash against anyone. There's no one back there. So, I'm not sure what the idea is between outbound and inbound. Because differently from other tracks, this one doesn't have uphill and downhill. It just has inbound and outbound. I don't know what that means. Like, with inbound, I thought that they were talking out inbound traffic, but not really, because it's a two-way road. It's not about the traffic, so I don't know what it means by inbound and outbound. I have no clue. Yeah, that corner seems like it will be the first issue here. That's fine. I mean, as much as I would like to essentially reset before renewing the timer, I kinda wanna practice Sector 3, since it will be the most important one. So crazy to say something like that and still not even being close to taking him there, you know? Very messed up. But I do wanna practice it. Takumi is getting possessed again. It is a cautionary tale to tell you that you shouldn't do, you know, illegal races in a mountain pass. You're gonna turn into a monster. That's always the funny thing about Initial D. Essentially, the fact that it's essentially promoting illegal street racing. Pretty funny. It is what it is. Also, you know that I saw on stream the game looking more pixelated than I was expecting. That's because I'm stretching essentially the game window to fit in the to fit on the screen. Because I'm personally playing it on window mode, so the window doesn't fit the whole screen on my end, but on OBS I stretch it to fit all the screen. That's the reason why it might look a little bit pixelated. The thing is that there is a way to play this at a resolution higher than this one, so you don't need to do any stretching, but the problem is that the options related to resolution, there are multiple ones, and it's very hard to tell which one is which, you know? Or well, not which one is which, because they have names, but if you increase the main resolution, you cannot leave the other resolutions in the same values. But the other resolutions all represent something different. And I don't think that you should put the same resolution for the main window to those other things that probably have nothing to do with that. So it's just one of those things that yeah, it is what it is. At least it seems that the next game only has another option related to resolution, and that's it. I don't know how I will be able to do that corner. I'm failing it every time. Like I'm simply unable to. And it seems that that section that was supposed to be the complete section with the corners doesn't seem to be that complete on this version of the track. And I think that that's mostly because you're already coming in slow from the rest of the track. Essentially, the number one thing I need to do here is identifying which corners I need to brake on. That's the first thing. It's not all of them, obviously, but the ones that I need to brake require probably even braking from way beforehand. You don't just brake on the corner, but you kind of start braking some seconds before the corner. Hard to tell though, really. At least the timer didn't get to 0 there. This is gonna be some hard stuff. Now this really makes me curious on how the next games in the series are gonna work. Well, this definitely seems like the kind of games that are probably better to play with some space between them, because something tells me that they are all gonna be pretty similar to each other. I mean, this one, as I already mentioned, is pretty similar to the previous ones. So I don't expect Stage 5 to be like that much different to this one. It seems that it's better to play them in between some long periods of time. So otherwise it could get pretty repetitive, you know. That corner is key. And I keep fucking it up. Like, that corner is key that you do it well, but it seems so hard to figure out. Very, very hard. So here, the first time you need to brake is on that corner. That's the corner that you have to brake first. And from that braking, it seems that because the speed reduces so much, even in these corners that are very complex and that usually require you to go slow, but usually, you know, they do require you to go slow, but you don't need to brake at that point anymore because you already braked before. So all that speed that you reduce at that point is gonna carry over to the next corner. So this is another corner you need to brake, and a lot, in fact. That's the thing. You can see that there is only like a couple corners that you need to really decrease your speed, but you really need to decrease it. That's the thing, you need to decrease it a very big amount. So then at this point of the race, you could brake, but it doesn't seem like it will be fully necessary. That unfortunately was worse. I should start looking at the total time, by the way. It seems that I more or less can do like 3 minutes with 9 seconds. So I will assume that in order to win, I probably should do something like... Well, I don't think it will be that different, really. Because the main thing about winning is just keeping Takumi behind you. So the time will be very similar to that. Just that all the time that the race transpired, Takumi was behind you. Because he couldn't overtake. It probably still will need to be a little bit faster, but it's not the main variable. Oh, he goes very inner on that. I don't know if there is a gutter on that corner. There might be. I don't know in what other one. Like these ones, for example, don't have a gutter. And there are some others that instead of a gutter, it just seems that it's grass that you go through to, you know, cut the corner a little bit, but not necessarily a gutter in itself. Still hard to tell. For example, that one has some sort of gutter, but I'm not really sure if it helps you that much. If I really want another real attempt at that point, I just gotta let the time run out, but I still wanna practice the corner that is out to come here. This one. Okay, something like that. Wasn't perfect, but I think that it was good enough to at least maintain a reasonable speed, I guess. Yeah, the rest of the corners there, it seems like I did them well enough. But that being said, I don't think that it changed the total time that much at all, so now I really have my doubts about how well I did it. Maybe I didn't do it that well at all. It's fine. Yeah, at the same time, it's as I say, maybe I don't really need to do it that much faster. I could do it very similarly, and as long as this guy is behind me, that's all that matters. Okay, also, that last corner, if you don't brake, you're not gonna do it. Okay, might run out of time. Also, when you run out of time, it doesn't do it by decreasing the speed of your car, and then when it stops, it says time is up. It just immediately says time is up and makes you lose. Alright. Something tells me that this could very easily be could easily take a lot of try-harding sessions. I don't know, too early to say right now. I also thought that about Keisuke and I ended up winning. The fact that I was able to keep him behind me is quite a miracle. Essentially, the whole race will have to be like that no matter what. It's necessary for it to be like this. Ironically, unless the speed difference is insane, keeping him behind is not that extremely hard as it was in the previous games. Okay, I forgot that's the corner that you want to brake a lot. It is what it is. But hey, I resisted quite a lot, all things considered. I resisted quite a bit. So it seems to be using every single gutter possible. Every single gutter in the track is essentially something that this guy will step on. That was pretty bad right there. Yeah, I essentially need to keep him behind for longer, but it will take quite some attempts, without a doubt. Will take some attempts. Now that was 2 seconds faster than than a usual attempt at least. But it needs to be faster than that. Yeah, more importantly, leaving that guy behind. And I'm very tempted about installing upgrades, but I feel like that will be admitting defeat, and I don't admit defeat here.
どんな相手が来ても2位のエースとして負けられない。
I find it very tempting to at least see if it has any. If it makes any difference. I feel like it most likely does. Well, and especially if the description is true, that it says that it affects the engine and such. Like, it makes you have higher horsepower. I think that for the first corner that he always overtakes, I should be the one trying to take the gutter. It's that those type of things in this game are always so hard to calculate. Very, very hard to calculate. So sometimes it's very hard to understand which one of these actually has a gutter that you can use and which one doesn't. Some places it looks like you can use it, but you don't. A lot of times I hesitate when I take a corner to know, should I go to the side or should I not? For example, this one looks like it does have... that one probably does have an accessible gutter. Well, even if it does have one, being able to do the corner properly, it's a whole different story, you know? So many of these corners you can take them a lot faster, but only if you know exactly how. And I personally don't. It's a little bit of an issue. A little bit. It's fine. It's as I expected that this will be a try-harding session. There is no surprise here. Just what is expected. So how is this song called? Rider on the Sky or what? Oh, which by the way, on the previous playthrough, surprisingly, I did not get any copyright claim. So I guess the sound effects of the game, and I guess my voice as well, mask the music pretty well. So that's interesting. Yeah, these songs are 100% copyrighted. That's not a question. They are. Having another attempt like the previous one feels like it will take such an eternity. Really will. just wish the game gave you the opportunity to at least catch up. It's not like it has to be like a super obvious waiting logic, right? Like, I want Takumi to slow down, but I just feel that I feel like there should be at least a mercy rule, right? If the distance between the two of you is enough, just end the race. Yeah. Doesn't work that way. It might actually be something related to the upgrades probably being the first time that they actually do something gameplay related, so they take the liberty of making the AI particularly tough to beat, since you can probably get an advantage that makes you be closer to the AI thanks to the upgrades. I tried taking the gutter and it didn't work. That corner is some bullshit, I'll tell you. That corner is the very first keystone of the track. You cannot do that well, you are gonna lose. Well, I guess that the issue is that essentially this is the kind of like the same logic as the Bunta race. That's probably what I don't like too much. Like the logic that if you get overtaken, it's over. It's a little bit annoying, personally. Also, I still feel that it's surprising that the initial D games up until this point don't feature a handbrake. But I guess that's because they want to make them like easier to play, so you essentially automatically drift the moment you start steering, right? That's the idea. Okay, I did something there that I haven't done before too much, which is lifting the accelerator. Seems that it worked very well, because differently from every other attempt, Takumi wasn't harassing me after the corner. Well, he's harassing me now, but it didn't harass me automatically. But yeah, that seems to be... I mean, it feels like it's an insane revelation, it really isn't, but yeah, lifting the accelerator does help a lot. Just that obviously when it comes to arcade racing games like this that have arcade logic and arcade physics, it's always hard to tell what's gonna help and what's not gonna help. In very annoying corners like those, braking and lifting the accelerator seem to be the right choice. That being said, some corners are still very, very fucked up no matter what. Surprised I'm going faster than him in these sections. And the only reason why I cannot overtake is because he's too fat. But for the same reason that he also cannot overtake me when I'm on the lead and I block him.
相手の視界から消える。一つ思いついた方法が
Simply that overtaking sometimes is borderline impossible. Those final corners were, well, not final, I mean that those corners where he overtook me, I did them very badly, and it's to be expected. Like, I was thinking more about blocking him than doing the corners well. I could still win. Actually, I will win. Well, that was unexpected. Alright, well, give it to me. Nice. That was unexpected. I wasn't expecting him to go that slow towards the end, but I guess he will. Well, I think we might have beaten the game. Because yeah, sure, Bunta is gonna show up, but I'm pretty sure it's just a bonus race.
完敗だった。
I wouldn't say annihilated. You're exaggerating a little bit more.
今日あんたとバトルできてよかったよ。俺はもっと速くならなきゃいけない。それがはっきりと分かったから。
It's fine, Takumi, you did well.
バトルしようぜ。
Well, I don't know if we're gonna meet again, but apparently we might meet your dad, which is worse, arguably. Tsukuba clear, but now what? There is Bunta, and they now, this is the first game I think that they actually paint his car blue. In the previous one it was gray. Because I think that it wasn't yet revealed in the anime. I don't know, was I? So, oh, you don't get the choice to accept, by the way. Like, you will race whether you like it or not. If anything, that reinforces that this is simply a bonus race. Like, if you don't win, you gotta say goodbye to the chance of winning. Also, this is Akina, right? Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, you wouldn't see Bunta outside of that, I think. Okay, that was a good corner. It would be crazy if I somehow managed to win this, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Already with that corner, it's probably not gonna happen. Okay, there you are. I gotta say that I'm doing these corners surprisingly better than I was expecting them to be done. And maybe they didn't do the race as hard as it could simply because they know that you only have one attempt and then that's it. The over two. This definitely is a race that is a lot easier than the usual Bunta race. Like, they certainly wanted to give you a chance in here. A shame that I won't make use of such a chance, but it is what it is. But here comes the hairpin section. Okay, good luck with that. I don't even think Bunta is using the gutters. Well, hard to tell. Well, maybe he is. That is hard to tell because it's very far from me. If you were allowed to try hard this race, I probably could win it faster than I did the Project V races. But yeah, since you only have one chance, tough luck, I guess. Not much you can do about it. Yep. I mean, I will say that went exactly as I expected, but I expected to lose a lot more badly than that, so that went better than expected, I guess. Whew. And the sound is asking for help right now. Okay. Damn. The nerve of saying that while driving a fucking Impreza. Yeah. Essentially, you only have one shot. Well, that was still pretty cool. You know, I think that I would have liked if the oversteering, what am I saying? The overtaking mechanics were a little bit more polished, because it really feels that it's not just you. The AI also struggles a lot with overtaking, which makes it so that you don't really have much to do about it, right? Like you essentially do what you can, but it's very hard. Well, very hard, and also, as I mentioned before, it looks pretty silly. So I wish it didn't look that silly. It was still an enjoyable experience, and I especially like the inclusion of gold hand and gold foot. But yeah, I guess that that was none other than... oh yeah, it will have to save. Hey, come on, are you gonna take that long to save 2 races? Well, I guess 3 if you count the Bunta one, but yeah, come on. It's not that much to save, right? Well, I guess it's saving the fact that I technically unlock New Game Plus. Assuming New Game Plus exists, but I think it does exist in this game. And you can upgrade your car so you essentially keep driving against faster opponents. Well, I don't know, I might be wrong on that. I just think it more or less works that way. But yeah, come on, I need my car. There you go. Taking my license, and yeah, that was initially arcade stage 4. So hey, she's on that. I do want to see what happens when you enter the card again. Where is the game gonna take you? Like, what will it show you? More importantly, can you race Bunta again? Most likely not, but I want to check. Oh, what I was saying about difficulty is this. See, the difficulty seems to go up every time you beat the game. So that's what makes me think that the upgrades have something. Because if you have to beat opponents harder than the ones I already have, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do, you know? But yeah, let me check how it looks like. The rivals... Oh, Bunta is there. So if you really want to, you can keep racing Bunta, right? And the other opponents essentially don't show up as beaten at all. But I wonder if you can keep retrying this race. Or if you do this race again, it will just, like, take you to the credits. I don't know. So, shouldn't that mean that I should decrease the difficulty to 0? I'm gonna get my ass kicked right now. So this is the same dialogue as before. So nothing to see there. Okay, I think that this one might already be hard enough in difficulty 0 to even try doing the next difficulty. Well, look, if the game allows me for endless retries, I actually want to do this. The game actually allows me to continue as soon as I lose. I definitely want to try beating it, obviously. Especially since I think that Akina, with the fact that it has multiple corners that you need to be very careful with, is a lot more interesting than the previous track. Though I did like the previous track a lot. Just think that Akina is just a more interesting track, a more complete track. I mean, it makes sense since it's the main track in the series. It's the face of the series as far as track goes. For the Bunta race, you can definitely assume that when you get overtaken, it's absolutely over and there's nothing you can do about it. If I do retry this, like if I decide to try hard this, I want to make it on the previous difficulty and not this one. Because something tells me that they probably made the game beatable on the first difficulty with a car without any upgrades. Like, they most likely made that a possibility. Well, it might be beatable in some of the other difficulties as well, but probably a lot harder to pull off. And since I don't want to install upgrades, I'll rather go for the previous difficulty. But yeah, the other thing is that maybe if I go to the first difficulty, maybe Bunta is not even an option. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be an option, but you never know. That was a worse advantage than the previous one, but I think it could have been worse. But yeah, my real question is, will it say continue yes, no, or will it just say like straight to the credits? It will be a little bit awkward if you even have the chance. No, it shows you the credits. So yeah, essentially if you want to try hardest, you cannot, unless you want to watch the credits every time, which I personally, well, probably won't take that long. It's just that, yeah, having to see all this loading screen will make it extremely annoying to do. I'm willing to try it for a little bit more, but this will be extremely painful. Simply because of the loading screens in between. But yeah, the first attempt I wanna do though is difficulty, take it back to what it was before. Let's not do anything crazy, okay? Okay, Legend of the Strip. Well, here the rivals don't seem to appear as beaten in the first place, so seems that if you want to beat them all again, there is still the progression. Oh, and here he actually remembers you. It's a different dialogue. Only one more time. Also, how is it going, Reino? Yeah, I'm here doing the Bunta race, but unfortunately it seems that in this game you don't have the chance to immediately continuing after losing the Bunta race, so you have to eat the credits every single time you want to do the race. It's a little bit annoying, really, but it is what it is, I guess. Can't do much about it. Also, that reminds me, Reynolds. I probably asked you this already, but did you play all of the Initial D games? Because I know you play this one, but did you play any other one after this? Essentially, you have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 0. See, after 8 comes 0, not 9. 9 doesn't exist in the Initial D universe, I guess. A very powerful number. I played the latest two but never got into them. Oh, deep into them. You got deep into this one though? Did you do the New Game Plus for this one? Because this game, for what I understand, essentially has like 10 New Game Plus, where the difficulty keeps getting harder until I'm assuming that the only way to win is by going frame perfect on every corner, I guess. I didn't do this to this either. I did the first 3 and the PS2 game and the last 2. Oh, so you didn't play this game. Hey, but yesterday you said Vanguard game. How could you judge a game you didn't play? Unbelievable. Just because it says Initial D. Though, to be fair, content-wise, this game is essentially like the first 3. The only thing that changes is that they add gold hand and food. Gold hand and gold food. That's essentially the only difference. Well, and the gameplay does change, but content-wise, that's the difference. Right? Ah, fuck you. Well, and that's unfortunate, but that went pretty well for the majority of it. I only failed to contain him on the final hairpin. Yes, just because it says initially. Of course. Of course. Yeah. I agree. It's a good measurement. So when you say the last 2, you mean Initial D stage 8 and 0? Or you mean 7 and 8? Or you mean 0 and 0 version 2? It could mean many things, I guess. Could mean quite a lot of things. But yeah, because I'll play them, obviously. For the time being, there is quite a lot of games. Well, I did get a little bit faster, come on. You cannot... Even if you have the... Oh, you get the customizing shop. Well, I'm not gonna buy anything. But... Man, if it wasn't like this, I really would feel like tryharding it. Oh, also here, hold up. I have a lot more options here. Oh, but these are only visual things. Differently from the customization shop in the... Like in yesterday's stream, this one are just visual changes. Well, except for the transmission, I guess. But... Damn. So why is it so random? Like, essentially, you get the shop at random points. Like, it's not even guaranteed that you even get the shop every time. And if sometimes you get it and it's not even for upgrade parts. Pretty weird. It was 5, 5, I mean 8, yeah. Stage 8 is the one before 0. Yeah, don't worry, I'll get to that. But it will happen in quite a while, I'm assuming. The difficulty is still at 0. But I think now, since this is such a pain in the ass to redo every time, I think what I'm probably gonna do, if you don't mind, Mr. Draino, is switching to F-Zero. Kinda want to play F-Zero. I mean, I wanted to play it for a while, well, replay it for a while. I already played it like 100 times, so... But see, if you had an instant retry, I would have no issues to try hardest until I win. Oh, you mind very much? Ah, damn. That's a problem, isn't it? It's fine. Oh, also, what do you think about Crossworlds? Sonic Crossworlds, like, you know, the new Sonic racing game? Because you might be thinking, why would I give a shit about Sonic? And that's a good question, but here's the thing. The game was made by the same developers as the initial D guys. And a lot of people are saying that the gameplay is pretty addictive precisely because of that. So, will that give you any interest in playing it? Or is that like, you know, whatever? Will be interested, but I wouldn't have a consistent group to play with. Well, even if it's true that you can form groups, I think that the idea of the game is mostly to play alone, right? It's not like you're playing, I don't know, World of Warcraft where you go on raids, you know? If you play it, I'll do it, no. Look, I'm interested in playing it, but no one should buy a game at that price. No one should bother buying a game that expensive. So this is not even because obviously I can afford it, but it's about sending a message. You know, it's like, you're gonna put that price, well, you will have to lower it if you want me to buy it. It's voting with your wallet here. A group of friends to play against. Yeah, I guess that could work. Essentially, it's very expensive. In fact, well, in my case, it's cheaper because you already know that my country has lower regional pricings. But I want you to check how expensive it is in your country. On Steam, I mean. Because on the USA, the base version is $80. But for what I understand, Netherlands also has like an even more expensive Steam pricing, right? So if you don't mind, will you check how expensive it is for you? 70 euros? Well, it's could have been worse, I guess. It's still a lot, yes, but if it was gonna be something crazy like $90 or some shit like that. So if anything, I will assume that that will be the case for a country like Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland, right? That or something like, I don't know. Is Monaco even an option on Steam? Wait, I'm gonna get timeout here? No way. Didn't think I did that badly. I guess I did. Yeah, you can see why I refuse to purchase it. Full price games here used to be like 60 euros, but since they gone up in recent times, it's been 70, 80. Yeah, I know. Wait, what's this? What? Character parts? Wait, I don't want to change my character. Didn't even know this was a thing. Chubby? What? I don't want this. Fuck you. Why would I want to be chubby? Well, I mean, I don't mind my portrait as it is, so I don't understand. It's fine, don't worry about it. A lot of games nowadays that are supposed to be full price go to 70, 80, yeah, and it sucks. So in the case of this game, Crossworlds, it makes sense because they basically blew all their money on getting crossovers. So they are asking for a high price because if they want to break even, they will need to do something like that. But yeah, fuck that regardless. But it's okay, it is what it is. Alright, look, I'm gonna try a grand total of 3 more times, and then I'm switching to F-Zero. I wouldn't mind tryharding 1,000 times if it just let me do an instant retry, but having to go all the way back just to try this is like no thank you. I'm open to get it personal if you wanna play some games. Nah, don't worry about it. Look, I'll tell you when I get it, which is when it's gonna go on sale. The problem is that, well, for example, you know that recently I played Castlevania, like the DS games, but the DS games not emulated on a DS emulator, but like on the Dominus collection on Steam. And the thing about that is that that thing released like a year ago, but I personally like bought it only a couple days ago because I waited for it to go on sale. So with Crossworlds, it's most likely gonna be the exact same story. You can probably expect me to purchase that in a year minimum. And that's minimum. Will be more than that. Also, Bunta has been possessed by a demon right now. Holy shit. Come on, Bunta. Step out of it. Snap out of it, I mean. I don't think it's just Bunta. I think the whole audio got fucked. That's what you get for all those loading screens that just add a blow. The whole audio got completely fucked right now. I guess we are in a cursor race right now. Would be pretty sad if this is the attempt I actually win against Bunta, you know. Will be very sad. But yeah, that's fine. Oh, actually Bunta's voice... No, it seems that Bunta's voice is clean. The thing that didn't load well seems to be the music. The Bunta is not possessed, actually. Bunta is speaking like a normal person, surprisingly. I think that's the same corner that he overtook me last time. It's not supposed to be a hard corner, but I guess I just cannot do it on the inner side, after all. Okay. I said it before, 3 attempts. This is one of them. 2 more and then I'm switching to F-Zero. And you might be thinking, why F-Zero? What does F-Zero have to do with Initial D? Well, nothing, but yeah, I just wanted to play it. It's a game I like a lot. And the thing is that I will normally play it on a separate stream, but the thing is that I practice only a little bit, and I can beat it very quickly. I'm not saying that I'm gonna beat it on the first try no matter what, but all I'm saying is that I will probably beat it pretty fast. So since there will only be like around an hour of a stream left, I can most likely do it. Also, here, when it told us to retire the card, it didn't go to the shop. Okay, it seems that actually the whole music got fucked. Not just on the race, but here too. Maybe we had to switch games earlier than I thought. But I mean, if it's only the sound, I don't care that much. Yeah, it's not ideal, obviously, but it is what it is. Could be worse. This Bunta is definitely beatable. Like 100% beatable. I can guarantee you, after having raced against Bunta in the previous games, this is nothing compared to that. This is easy version Bunta. I don't know how I managed to do the first corner so well. I do it so well compared to essentially any other corner in the race. Well, as you can see by that one that I did it super badly. You can tell when you do something badly because your opponent will approach very shortly. And at that point, you're kinda boned. So I don't know what song this is either. I have no clue. He over too. It's over. It's absolutely over. So maybe there is hope to overtake him again, but that's assuming you do the hairpin section perfectly. And I don't think I can do that. Well, actually you can overtake him before that. And it didn't happen because it's a Fatso. God damn it. Fat cars. These are very fat cars. Without a doubt. Oh, also about the races against Project D. I think instead of turning this live stream into the usual, playthrough thing, I think I'm just gonna highlight those two races to avoid wasting anyone's time, right? That's the idea. Well, and if I manage to do the F-Zero thing as well, that will be its own separate video as well. I have some ideas, pretty much. Especially since today is Saturday and I can do some basic cutting after the stream. But with YouTube's own editor, guess I'm not gonna download the VODs. Downloading the VODs is a pain in the ass. I don't know what's wrong with the sound of this game, but it feels that every time it manages to break itself in a different way. It's very amusing. We got the customizing shop here. And this one is probably the one related to upgrades. It is. I still won't do it though. This is what tells me that these are most likely gameplay related upgrades. And despite the fact that I have, you know, quite a lot of points to spend, you still cannot get them all. You can probably get them all in a single category and maybe even in 2 categories, but that's about it. You cannot get it in more than that. So it says that this game is suitable for all ages. Not sure about that. Will it be a good idea to show street racing to a younger person? Maybe it is. As long as the parent is there to tell them to not do that. Like, you see what these guys are doing? Well, don't do that. I do hope that the sound is not that messed up on the Nets game. Alright, whatever. Final attempt. This is the final attempt for the day. I was gonna say that I could have this as an additional challenge for some stream where I have additional time, but not really. The fact that you have to see those loading screens every time makes this an absolute pain in the ass to do. That's the issue. If it wasn't for that, I would be willing to do it. But you know, well, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I would fully try hard it today. Without a doubt. The fact that he didn't overtook there is a miracle. Nice. Okay, so with this I should be able to, well, unless I do some weird thing on this fast section, should be able to maintain the lead at least for the entirety of the fast section. The real question is on the first corner after the fast section. Oh, I was bad. I kinda got the gutter there. Seemed like it worked well. More or less. I did that corner so badly that it's not a surprise he overtook at all. It's a shame because I think that so far my PB was the very final hairpin. I was able to keep him behind me and up until that point. And essentially, if you manage to keep him... No, actually, that's the thing. Didn't I... Yeah, I was able to keep him behind up until this corner, and he somehow overtook me here. Despite compared to the previous hairpins that being a way easier corner, so that was weird. But it's fine. As I say, I don't think it will be that hard to beat this race, but it's just very annoying to have all those loading screens. And I don't know if this emulator even supports save states, because the obvious solution will be having a save state at the beginning of the race, so every time that you lose you can immediately restart instead of having to wait like 3 minutes to have another attempt. But yeah, I don't think this emulator supports that. But yeah, wouldn't be possible. I'm still amazed how the sound gets broken in so many different ways. It's like it finds a way to break itself so creatively. Alright, well, in that case, I think that I'm done with this game. But yeah, next time that we play Initial D, it will be stage 5. And I don't know when I'm gonna play it, but it will happen at some point in the future. Probably want to leave a reasonable amount of time between that and this. But yeah, let's just get out of here. It was pretty fun. So let me, well, I mean, changing the title, I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but I'm gonna change the title to, well, to just put /F0. There you go. /F0. Well, I guess the thumbnail will still show Initial D, but who cares? So, what's I about to do? Well, yeah, opening this thing, opening F0. I actually have it prepared, the overlay and everything. It will be as easy as doing, give me a second, as doing this, yeah, Gabi Shamsker, and doing this. Well, and moving the camera. There it is. There is F0. So, I beat this game multiple times, so why would I want to beat it again? Because I did not beat it with the Golden Thoughts. It's the last card that I haven't beaten it with. So I'm here to do that. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, obviously in Master difficulty. It shouldn't take long. Wouldn't be surprised if I, you know, beat it relatively quickly. But I don't want to get too cocky. Because the thing about the Golden Thoughts here is that, you know, it's unfortunately too frail. So if someone else hits you, you're gonna be launched like crazy. And that's bad, obviously. Well, obviously this first race is gonna be free. But yeah, the moment someone pushes you from behind, you gotta be ready for the worst. But it's fine. So, you know, you kinda gotta be grateful for F0. If it wasn't for F0, something like Initial D probably wouldn't exist. Hard to tell though, because at the same time, no, actually, hold up. F0 released in 1991, right? No, okay, never mind. It has nothing to do with F0. Also, how is it going? Wasabi? Yeah, Initial D just got done like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, it is done. I mean, it was only 2 races. Then there was a third one that was a bonus, well, the usual Bunta race. I didn't bother doing that one, but it was only 2 races remaining. So instead we have F0. But yeah, sorry about that. But don't worry, later I want to upload a video with the 2 races exclusively. Like, basically cut all of the try-harding out and just keep the 2 races where I won. Wow, that was pretty stupid. How to throw a very easy win at the end. That's how. Wanted to know how? That's how you do it. It's fine. I don't want to... I don't care about winning every race. just care about clearing the Grand Prix. Not to mention that you will see me get into way worse positions later on. I don't know if Big Blue is gonna be one of them though. Like Big Blue, I mean, the most annoying thing is this ice part, and that's something that you as a player usually have the advantage because for some reason the AI really likes doing that corner in the worst way possible. Okay. And to fly off. They are still behind. I don't know for how long. That's another thing about picking Golden Thoughts, that if one of these guys overtakes you, unless you have a lot of boost reserves, you can say goodbye to to getting first place again. Pretty much. Hey, don't worry. Should still be very good. I will be pretty pissed off if I end up not winning the... Like, I beat the Grand Prix, but I don't get a win on every race because of the first one. That will be very annoying, without a doubt. But it could be possible. But it wouldn't even be the first time it happens. It's fine. I believe that I won't get first in one of these. Though at the same time, the next races are not particularly hard at all. I mean, after all, this is supposed to be the first Grand Prix, but essentially you have Sand Ocean, Dead Valley 1, and Silence. Actually, Silence might be a problem. Now that I think, I forgot that the last race in this championship is Silence. That one... You know that one might be the one that filters me? Nah, it's fine. We are being too scared for no reason. Hey, you know that all things considered, one thing that this car has, theoretically the handling of this car is shit. But one thing that is for sure is that the top speed of this car is so low that it ends up taking the corners naturally slowly. And that makes it easy to take the corners. You can essentially take them at full speed without any issue. Thanks to that. I mean, in fact, the other day, off stream, I beat Firefield with this thing on the first try, and I won even. Essentially, the Golden Thoughts having bad handling is something that only applies to regular cornering. If you leave the accelerator and use the bumpers, you know, the shoulder buttons, yeah, the bumpers basically. If you do that, it steers very well. Actually, you know that I wasn't expecting to do this well. I'm doing quite well right now. So I guess I was wrong when I say that the Golden Thoughts was probably like the worst machine in this game, because Seems that I'm very effortlessly just maintaining a very big lead compared to everyone else. Huh. Maybe I have to adjust the tier list. I mean, before this I thought it was the Fire Stingray, the one that was the easiest one to use, but... Okay, hold up. Let's not get too cocky, alright? Let's get cocky after we see the results screen on the final race. Not right now. A lot of things can still go wrong. Hey, you can see that even something like Sand Ocean that is usually quite hard because of the annoying corners wasn't really that big of a deal at all. Deadwind won. The thing about Deadwind, well, this one is particularly easy because it's essentially an oval, but yeah, this race, what it has is that someone hits you and you're gonna be losing control so badly. There I got lucky that one of the guys behind kinda set me straight, but... Well, actually, that's not the only problem here. The other problem is that it seems that when they go through the boosters, they are clearly faster than me. I guess there's not much I can do here about it, because... I mean, I cannot go any faster than that. Oh, that's a way to get fucked very quickly. Damn it. It's fine, don't worry about it. That was just a test. Though, I am quite worried here, because if my opponents are objectively faster than I am, I could try blocking them, but this thing is not particularly good at blocking. Because, as I say, the moment they hit you, you get sent flying. Like, they should tell you to get out of the way. It doesn't help if you miss the booster, of course. If you want to compete, you minimum have to take all the boosters. Did you wonder what happens? You know what, in one of the F-Zero games, there is something that is called manual throttling, which essentially means that you leave the accelerator to maintain the speed of a booster for longer, but I don't think that's how it works here. It doesn't seem to work that way. Though it is quite hard to aim for the boosters as well. Keep in mind, in this track the wind is constantly blowing you to the side. So it does get a little bit hard to aim at the boosters when you have a disadvantage like that. I think that of all the tracks that I was expecting to filter me, I was not expecting Deadwind to be the one. You know that I feel that manual throttling is actually a thing in this game. Maybe I need to take my meds, but I feel that he decreases the speed slower if I leave the accelerator. I'm probably off my meds though. Hard to tell. It's very hard to tell, yeah. I don't know. Well, unfortunately that's obviously not enough for qualifying though. You know, it's weird because Deadwind has a second version. Deadwind 2, I think it's on the King League, And Deadwind 2 is harder, theoretically. But I was able to beat it on the first try with the golden thoughts. So I don't get why Deadwind 1 is so hard. Well, no, I do get why. It's because simply your top speed cannot compete with your opponents, yeah. But I'm surprised that they left it like that. Well, see, that's the issue. If I miss the boosters, I'm obviously not gonna win. Missing the boosters is a lot more common than I expected. Well, here, for example, what you want to do is simply blow up. I feel that if you get overtaken that early, you can only blow up. Also, yeah, sorry for your eardrums, because that explosion is very loud. Yeah. Can't do much about it. They decided to make the explosion loud on purpose. So you get jump scared every time that happens. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, unfortunately blocking these guys is just not possible. You should also be sorry for your eyeballs. The horizon is horrible to look at. Well, I think that that's mostly a stream thing. Like in the stream it gets horribly pixelated. But I think live it doesn't look that bad at all. So yeah, I think that that's unfortunately one of those things where it's the encoder that tries its best, but it cannot do it, basically. The encoder gives it a try, but it cannot do much. It just does as much as it can. Wow, that was crazy. That's what I mean when I say that when they push you, that happens. Yeah, that happens. So I can't believe that it will be Deadwind 1, the filter here. Because everything else I can guarantee you that it's gonna be a lot easier. I'm not lying when I say that I beat both Queen and King's League off stream. I didn't try this one because I assumed it was gonna be free, judging by the other ones being free. But if Deadwind will be like that, I don't know. It might not be very free at all. Well, it is what it is. But at the same time it makes sense. Deadwind is one of those tracks that is, as I said, it's a novel. So top speed is what's gonna be the biggest factor. And this thing absolutely sucks at top speed. But yeah, good luck with that, no? Yeah. It is what it is. No, I also remember that another Nintendo franchise that I should continue playing is Kirby. I think that the next game is for the 3DS, right? So that could be a pain in the ass and a half to emulate, especially since the original emulator project was taken down. I don't know. What was the last one you play? Return to Dreamland? Yes, that was the last one I played on the Wii. So for what I understand, the ones that comes later is for the 3DS, right? Not to mention, it's most likely one that has very heavy use of the stylus, right? Which will make it even more fucked up. Because for what I remember of the Nintendo DS Kirby games, that was already painful by itself. The 3DS ones are not gonna be much better at all. Those were just the spin-offs. Yeah, but I'm assuming the 3DS also has stuff like that. I mean, what's the next game after Return to Dreamland? I don't know which one it would be. Triple Deluxe. And is that one for the 3DS? Yes, I don't know. Essentially, when I did Return to Dreamland, I essentially stopped looking. It is a game. And does that game have gimmicks with the stylus? Or is it a more grounded Kirby game? Because I don't know how many Kirby games have those type of gimmicks. That was bad. It's fine. At least the third place should be achievable. Yeah, I saw you behind me. The Fire Stingray is struggling a little bit to keep the position. Well, unfortunately he got the position. That's a problem. I don't know if I'm recovering it really. Like, unless he crashes against one of the other machines, I don't think I'm recovering the position. Because that's what I get for saying that he was struggling. In the end, I was the one that was struggling. That's a shame. Looking online, apparently it doesn't use it. What, you haven't played it? I thought that you were a Kirby fan. Come on, bro. I know that you like Mario more than Kirby, but... Well, actually, I don't know, do you? I remember you saying that you were more interested in me playing Mario games, but that doesn't necessarily imply that you like Mario more. So, how is it? How does it work? Do you like Kirby more? Do you like Mario more? And if you like Kirby more, how have you not played it? Well, maybe you don't own a 3DS. That's possible. And after all, emulating 3DS is for the most part a pain in the ass, so that's also understandable. I haven't had many opportunities to play either recently, and back when I owned a 3DS, those specific games never really caught my attention. It seems that when you got into the I wanna be the guy community, it seems that it just captures all of your free time basically, right? Like it's I wanna be the guy or nothing. That's understandable. I think that it's pretty easy to get captured into I wanna be the guy, and that basically at some point no other game does it for you, I guess. In my case, I think that it's mostly that since platforming games are not the only thing that I play, I still, you know, I didn't feel limited to it since, well, you don't usually have things like racing games or full-blown, you know, shoot 'em ups or well, fighting games, obviously, you know. Wanna Be the Guy is a community that can include literally anything. Well, yes and no, because the games for the most part are platforming games. So if you get into I Wanna Be the Guy games, it's because you like platforming games. But the thing is that you have to kind of like exclusively like platforming games to play nothing but fun games, right? Like for example, forget about me. Let's say that you are an RPG fan. If you're an RPG fan, like especially turn-based, story-based RPGs, I don't think you have much of that in the I Wanna Be the Guy community, right? You might have one example, but like for the most part, it's not what it focuses on. So yeah, you will have to be very exclusively into platforming games. Otherwise, I don't think the I Wanna Be the Guy community is gonna have much for you. It's been a while since I play an I Wanna Be the Guy fan game, by the way. I don't really have the... I don't really feel like playing any right now. I have so... Well, I wouldn't say so many, but I have a lot of plans that involve playing games that are not fun games, I mean. So... Seems that for the time being it's not gonna happen. I mean, it could happen on summer, as I say, since these are games that not only don't require processing, but sometimes don't even require you to hear it. But yeah, they could come back there, or no, I don't know. Hard to tell. Yeah, I feel that it will be a summer thing, mostly. Pretty funny to think of I Wanna Be the Guy as a summer season thing, right? Like summer season is I Wanna Be the Guy season. If I live in a country like, I don't know, Ecuador or something like that, or I mean I don't even have to go that far. If I live in the north of my country, like where it's hot every single year, I guess it will be I Wanna Be the Guy season every single like time of the year. But you know, I will hate living in a place where it's nothing but heat. Ironically, that's when you finally play Shingle Sham. What's Shingle Sham? Oh, you mean like the yearly event? Or is it something else? Also, hold up. This is Deadwind. This is where I need to focus or I'm basically getting my ass kicked. That cannot be. I cannot get my ass kicked. Pretty hard to make it a decision, you know? You don't decide if you're gonna get your ass kicked, you simply do. God damn it. Absolutely crazy what happens there. And with power down keep... You know, we're absolutely dead right now. Boom. It's like Spook Shamble for Christmas. And I'm assuming I didn't play it, right? Well, since I had to ask, I probably didn't play it. Oh, I thought I heard it. Okay, never mind. Was a very bad start. Ironically, a bad start like that most likely will require a restart. Still not sure if the best idea here is to use the side thing or to go or to steer manually, because to me steering makes it easier, but maybe it's the reason why I get overtaken so much, because you're intended to tilt your car instead. Tilt your car, but not like that. The problem is that I feel like that's so unnatural to do. I don't like the idea of tilting my car to do that. But it's probably what you're intended to do, if I had to take a guess. Going by YouTube video length. Oh, you say that it has more content than Spook Sham. Ah, damn it. Really, that was a bad start. It's possible that it has. I mean, to be fair, I don't really remember what Spook Sham had, so I cannot really say much about it. I cannot say much about it at all. At least I got the extra life, but I don't see how I can win this, actually. I feel that it might not even be possible at this rate. So every attempt so far didn't even get close, unless you want me to save all of the boost for the end. But I don't think that will help, because I keep gradually losing speed essentially, so I don't think that will happen. I also think that it doesn't make that much of a difference whether I tilt the car or not. Oh, that's fucked up. That's an issue. That's a big issue. Damn, I really would not have predicted Deadwind to be the actual problem here. That's crazy to me. Actually filtered by the easiest track in the game, because this thing is simply that much slower. But that and that I'm also sometimes missing the boost like a moron. Nice interactions. Hey, what are you even supposed to do there? You're essentially a passenger at that point in the race. Not much you can do. Yeah, I think that I essentially concluded that tilting the car doesn't make any difference when it comes to going faster or not. Pretty sure it doesn't. It's so hard to tell because if there is a difference, it's such an insanely small difference. But you know, this also kind of shows you that the Golden Thoughts, the moment that you lose the lead is the moment that you lose. Because it's when you start getting thrown aside by everyone. And you don't have enough speed to recover afterwards, basically. Imagine getting filtered by Deadwind 1. That's pretty sad. So practicing wouldn't make any difference, that's the thing. I mean, unless I somehow discover a secret passage or something. But the thing about practice is that it's not really a race. Actually, no, you can do it with a rival. It could be useful. Okay, I could practice after this, but I didn't think about it. Could be useful. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's pretty crazy how all of these other races are so extremely smooth, and then comes Deadwind 1 and I essentially get that fucked. So this is essentially making me think that even Silence is not gonna be as hard to beat as Deadwind 1. Right, hold up. That was a very bad start. But let me practice as well. Oh, you can... Wait, you can pick Golden Thoughts as your rival? I don't know, put Blue Falcon in there. Wait, can you even practice Deadwind? Yeah, you can. There are some... I already fucked up, nice. But what I don't even know, since it doesn't let you pick the difficulty here in practice, wonder if this guy is supposed to follow the master AI or not. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I'm trying to think if conserving the boost will make any difference. I feel like it wouldn't make any difference at all if you burn them all at the end. Because burning them right now, or well, burning, I mean using them individually, I think it will make absolutely no difference. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like you get any difference either way. But let's see. When I get the third one here, if I burn them all, we'll assume that the right place to burn them is here, because in the other places you have the ground boosters. Although the problem is that there you probably want to save it. And then use it probably here. No, probably not on the pit lane. Because overtaking on the pit lane is gonna be a pain in the ass. No, I feel that if you use the boost, it has to be in the... has to be in the main straight. every time. So the problem is that compared to my best time, that was like 3.5 seconds slower. It shows you there that with Wild Goose, 4 seconds faster. Essentially, there's not much you can do, though. It is true that I started the Champ Star, I didn't get it, but this car unfortunately cannot do much by itself. Like, it cannot really go faster than the opponent, so... At the same time, Blue Falcon has a very similar top speed to this car, and I was able to win with Blue Falcon, so... I think that the point is that it should be fine, but I'm clearly not fine, I guess, on that specific race. But the important thing is to get the Champ Star. Without getting the Champ Star, I wouldn't be surprised if winning was legitimately impossible. Even after the Champ Star, you have to do well enough. We will see. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Wasabi, wasn't there a fun game that had a section that was related to F-Zero? I don't know why, but for some reason I remember there being a fun game. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I dreamed that. Like that you had a section that was... No, I mean, I know for example Boshi has like a section where you take the Blue Falcon, but I mean a section that tries to mimic like a racing game. I probably dream about that. The first one I thought of is I wanna make the novelty. I have to check it, but yeah, something tells me I probably made it up in my mind. Like, for some reason I remember Firefield. Like, seeing Firefield in a fun game, but I'm probably making shit up. Like, I probably dreamed that. There are some dreams that are so... I don't know, I wouldn't call them realistic, but like, that they make you think that you are really not dreaming and you're actually living the moment, but you are not. So that one might have been one of those. That one might have actually been one of those. Very hard to tell though, I wouldn't know. Game I just mentioned doesn't have Firefield, so no, it can be that. So I most likely dream about it. That's the confusing thing. There are so many things. Like, some dreams that are very dangerous that make you think that things that don't exist actually exist. They don't. They only exist in your mind. It's more common than you will think. Maybe I have to make the fun game, but nah. Making something like that using 3D perspective, no thank you. I'm not one to be an innovator, you know. But what the hell is going on here? Damn, that was so bullshit. They're really gonna be beaten like this? It's pretty sad. That does seem to be the case. Unfortunately, this guy cannot be pushed around like that, or that happens every time. Unfortunately though, I think that the Blue Falcon is far enough that I cannot reach him, no matter what I do. That's a shame. Unless he crashes against an opponent, but feels like that's an anomaly. Like, that happens so rarely that you just gotta assume it won't happen. I dreamed of fake fun games before too, including one which had an avoidance with a song I also made up in a dream. Nice. I don't think it's a bad thing to make up songs in dreams. There have been times, I remember when I was a kid, that I remember dreaming about games that didn't exist. But obviously when I was a kid I didn't even know I wanna be the guy fun game. No, actually, it's not about knowing. When I was a kid, fun games did not exist. I wanna be the guy fun games, that is. But the point is that I dream about a game that was presumably from the PlayStation 1, and it didn't exist. I remember it because that's not the first or the last time that I dream about a game that doesn't exist, but I vividly remember searching for my game list that I have, like the game covers that I have for PS1, and being like, wait, where is this game? And I even remember asking my mom, like, where is this game? And like, the shock I remember is that she asked me the name of the game, and I did not know what to say. I think that's the biggest shock I remember about it. Because it's like I was so sure it was a game that existed that I didn't even think about the very obvious thing of what the name of the game is. Until I got asked that question and I didn't know what to answer. Like, a name? Did it need to have a name? What was the name of the game? But the funny thing is that there was no name, because the game did not exist. It's like, yeah, it's a shame because in my mind the game was amazing. It didn't exist. It was essentially kind of like a collection game. It was like a game where you could play multiple games in one. There are many of that type. I mean that one in specific had like all sort of weird shit. Like it had racing. Yeah, I remember having a racing, like a platforming game. Like I most likely need sub many games that I already played, and I thought that there was a single game that contained like special versions of each one of them or something. But no, it didn't exist. Remind me, I also have a dream where I was building somewhere and for some reason Sweet Devil was playing in the background. Except I forgot how the song went. You invented new parts of Sweet Devil? I don't know. Well, maybe the new parts that you made up were probably parts of some other song. Especially since the Sweet Devil module for Miku is super famous for some reason. Well, for some reason, I mean, it's a very good looking module, but yeah, you were combining them with other Miku songs. I mean, Sweet Devil, the funny thing about Sweet Devil is that that's essentially like the rabbit hole of that era of Vocaloid. Like, I'm pretty sure that back then a song like that was probably considered to be very borderline, I guess, for lack of a better word. And the fact that it was featured on an official Sega game is pretty interesting. Though the song itself is not really that borderline. Though the same thing applies to Rabbit Hole, it's not a borderline song either. The borderline thing is the video. And Sweet Devil is a pretty borderline video. Well, and the thing about Rabbit Hole is that it's not an official video. The one that got popularized, but I'm pretty sure the two are very interesting parallels. Like now that you mentioned the song, right? But yeah, it's all about popularity at the end of the day, because it's not even about borderline songs. There are some Miku songs that are not borderline, are just, you know, straight up like inappropriate, right? But those songs usually, for the most part, don't get popularity. It's all a matter of popularity at the end of the day. And both Sweet Devil and Rabbit Hole got extremely popular, most likely because of the producer. That's the thing. When you have a big name, you could produce the shittiest thing possible, which I'm not saying it's the case in either songs, but what I'm saying is that you could produce the shittiest thing imaginable, and it's gonna be popular, you know? Fuck, how am I failing to get the jump start? God damn it. Like, I got it in every other track but this one. This is insane. But on the right side I got Fire Stingray to crush me. I didn't lose that much time from it. The bad thing is that, yeah, he's there. But, and not just him, but his friends are here too. Okay, not much to do there. Yeah. Can't believe that the jump start was failed. How did you fail the jump start, dude? So, and like, I specifically remained silent during the countdown to not fail it. But no, I ended up failing it because I guess I'm a moron. It is what it is. But this has to be a restart right now. There is no way I can win this. Boom. Oh, also it's nice that it shows you, you know, that part of the track that you're seeing there is Dead Wind 2. It's nice that it is rendered even in a track that doesn't use it. Okay, got the jump start, so this doesn't mean that I'm gonna win, but at least you have one of the ingredients. That's what matters. One of the ingredients is there. The thing there is that one of these guys is about to overtake. You probably want to leave them overtake. Let them overtake, I mean. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up losing a lot more time. The problem is that, can you recover that position? I feel like the answer is no. It's not that I feel it, it's that I seen it. That's the problem. I wonder if this is actually possible. It might not be. After all these attempts, it feels like I'm kinda convinced that this is not possible with the golden thoughts. There needs to be some magic I cannot employ. Well, at least the right side is that I made it to the final lab. Well, or maybe no. No, I did make it to the final lab, but that's the messed up thing. Getting to the third place, which is the minimum that you need to qualify, seems like that's the part that's not possible. But I would assume that they tested it to be possible, right? Surely they didn't test it with all of the other cars and forgot about the golden thoughts. But man, that's rough. That's pretty rough. The other thing I could try doing is doing the bad start that makes you go on the front and make one of the opponents hit you. Oh, I really fucked that one up. Because I tried to slide, but... Damn it. Tried to go to get the boost and didn't work. It seems like it's a little bit of a waste of time to even attempt anything if the result will always be the same, right? Because here, after this attempt, I lose all of my lives. But I don't see why I would do another one, because it seems pretty good. Well, actually, I will have one more life if I manage to get to the final lap, that is. So you get 200 per lap in this position. I will be able to get to 20,000, but... I think the biggest issue here is that you cannot really block anyone, because regardless of how much they make you lose control, that's irrelevant. The real issue is that you don't slow them down. Well, I'm gonna do one more try, but this seems impossible. Crazy to think that the easiest track in the game is the hardest one to beat as Golden Thoughts. That's mind-blowing. I also want to see that. So, assuming that you do that start, right, where you don't accelerate as fast as you could and you make someone else crash behind you, will that make it so one of them has to stay behind for longer? Problem is that in Dead Wind it's also harder to pull that off because you're constantly being moved to the side, so if you want to aim for your opponent there, it's very hard to do. And even more so with a car like this one. But theoretically that could make me gain a little bit of time. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be. I will legitimately... have to practice specifically this thing to know what to do. And off stream, because the practice mode we already seen that is useless. Like you can win against a single opponent with no issues, and that opponent is most likely not even supposed to be in the highest difficulty anyway. So the only way to fully practice for real is by actually going there. So that's something that seems that will be more fitting to do off stream than doing it now. So yeah, that's probably what I will try doing. Though at the same time, I'm not sure now what I'm gonna play tomorrow though. Because my idea was to play F-Zero Edge tomorrow, but that's because I assumed that I was gonna beat this one today. But yeah, unfortunately one track that I could not have in my wildest dreams imagined that it was gonna be the obstacle. That track is the one filtering me right now, so need to do something about that. Need to get some practice or something. Hey, I also probably wouldn't want to play this particular game tomorrow either, so I have to think of something. I could also play the other Castlevania game from the collection, but I kinda wanted to wait some time to play Castlevania again. Well, maybe I could play a shoot 'em up. It's been a while since I play a shoot 'em up, so I don't think that's that bad of an idea, is it? That it's a good idea. In tracks like this, you want to spend the boost on the main tray. You don't want to spend it anywhere else. It's also crazy to me to see how absurdly free Sand Ocean is. A track that historically has been a pain in the ass to me, but it's so easy with this car. It's crazy how easy it is. Well, Big Blue also seems to be pretty easy. I mean, essentially any track except for Dead Wind 1 is easy. Because I can guarantee you, if I played Queen or King League right now, I will beat them so easily. But if I cannot beat this one first, it's the same as nothing. Want to beat all of them. Oh, I forgot to use the boost, my bad. Nice. The good thing of getting first in every single lap is that you get a lot of points that give you extra lives. Extra lives to waste them all on Dead Wind, of course. Not like you have any other choice. Wow, nice corner. I was saying how easy it was to do Sand Ocean with this car. And it is, but it is if you don't fuck it up like that. Which I did. It happens. unfortunately, this one lap won't give me the score for being first place. Well, precisely because I'm not first place. Wow, that corner was crazy. I did that corner by crashing against Blue Falcon. Like, in a way that I had no control over the steering. But the steering was coincidentally the same that I needed for the corner. That was crazy. That's like 1 in a million kind of thing. If you want to replicate that on purpose, you're probably not gonna be able to. Then again, there is not really any reason to replicate it. You can just do the corner normally. Bad corner, but yeah, here it feels like you get such a crazy advantage with your other competitors that I feel that even if you make mistakes at some point, they matter so little. It's a shame that this game doesn't have any way of looking at the minimap and see where your opponent is. You cannot see it in the minimap. You can only see them if you see them passing in some part of the track, but you cannot know what its position in the track is at any given time. But if you were able to see it, I'm pretty sure that right now you will see that they are extremely far from me. Well, yeah, that guy got close there, but that's because I crashed against that thing that was in the way. Well, here goes nothing. They might murder Wild Goose. He deserves it. Asshole. Even with an attack like that, for example, you still cannot really make these guys get too far. Like, slow down a lot, I'm trying to say. Like, they simply stay there, like nothing happened. Like, at this point, it's just impossible to win. That's the issue. There's not much you can do. Want to see, as I say, with a fake start, but yeah, that's the problem. On dead win is a lot harder to make someone else crash into you with a fake start. So unfortunately, of course, that's an attempt that I already know it's not gonna go anywhere. Damn it, dude. It's just no way that you can win this. Like, is it actually impossible? Is it really something that you cannot do no matter what? I mean, the only way seems that it will be if one of these guys misses a booster. The thing is, why would they miss a booster? I know that they can theoretically miss one, but it doesn't seem very likely. Well, I guess that this will have to be the final attempt then, but fuck, dude. Just was not expecting such distraction from this. Was expecting something free. But no, we don't have anything free here. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have any type of attacks. You cannot side bump your opponents. Doesn't work that way. He pushed me out of the booster, dude. He really pushed me out of the booster. No, it's like the best thing you can do is getting insanely lucky that they hit an opponent or somehow someone pushes them out of a booster. I think that's the only way that you can win this. I say, for example, that guy had to hit an opponent and that slowed him down. But I think that that's also another problem, that that's not something that happens unless you are looking at it. So if the opponents are already out of your side, that will not happen. It's a shame though, because this was essentially the best result I had. Like, the 4th place here is the closest I got to qualifying. Well, obviously it's the final position. Well, I spoke too soon, I guess. And if that actually happened in a winning attempt, I would be so pissed off right now. It didn't happen on a winning attempt. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I need to probably call Miyamoto. He has to tell me how to do this, because I don't know. Need Mr. Miyamoto's help. Cannot do without it. You know that I'm actually actively trying to let the Blue Falcon pass and I cannot do it. Because I know that it's a better idea for me to let the Blue Falcon pass. But I can't. He just keeps hitting me even when I try to move aside. Alright, look. I know that I said this will be the last try. But I'm gonna do one more try. And this one will be the last one, okay? Because now that I'm seeing all of these attempts, I think that the key is that there is essentially no secret. There is nothing special that you can do, but if you manage to avoid getting hit by someone from behind, you should be able to resist a little bit, and at the same time, since those opponents will be on your side, you can also have the opportunity of seeing them crash against another opponent, which will slow them down. I think that that's the only realistic way I can win. I think that everything else is simply not gonna work. But that's fine. So if I manage to get this here, I will be very tempted to go for the Queen and the King League. I mean, as I say, I should be able to get those easily. But what if I don't? What if I have to try hard those two? Oh, that will be a problem. Man, it's such an insane contrast to see the previous races and see that wind. Like how these ones are so extremely free, and then that wind comes and it's like, nah. You are Golden Fox, don't forget that. You're the slowest car in the game. So messed up. Very messed up, in fact. It's fine. I mean, now as I say, I have to think of what to stream tomorrow. So I had the stream decided, but now I don't have it decided. So ironically, you know what? I feel like, assuming I manage to make it run, I kinda wanna try Kirby Triple Deluxe. The issue is making it run. That's exactly the problem. I don't even know what emulator I need to use in the first place. F-Zero becomes the backup game? Nah. Though F-Zero was the backup game multiple times, but... Actually, it's not a bad idea, because the thing about this is that, assuming I can get past Deadwind, the rest I should be able to beat it very quickly. Like, it should probably take no longer than 40 minutes to beat the entirety of the leagues on Master with the Golden Fox. So, theoretically, yes, this could become a backup game if I have an hour left on a stream, yes. But before doing that, I will need to figure out how to beat Deadwind. Until I can figure that out, no. But if I figure that out, yeah, absolutely, it will become a backup. Well, these guys are trying to be spicy right now, huh? You're trying to be so spicy now, huh? Because now that I think about it, speaking of Triple Deluxe, like the 3DS emulator is something that I gotta get familiarized with, because I want to play Ridge Racer 3D. It's the only Ridge Racer game I haven't played yet. Well, technically on stream I still have the beta one, but 3DS is the only one that not only I haven't played on stream, but I also haven't played myself ever. So that's very important that I can make it run. So yeah, it's imperative that I test something with the 3DS, and something like Triple Deluxe, that is a Kirby game that I'm assuming that it's popular enough to have a lot of testing behind it. Should be easier to run than something like Ridge Racer, where it seems that I'm the only one that gives a shit about that franchise. But yeah. That will be the idea. It will have a double use. It will have the use of making me advance on the Kirby series, and also of possibly finishing off the Ridge Racer series. Seems very useful to me, if you ask me. I think that I fumble Big Blue so badly here because I lost a lot of score that could have been used for the extra life at 20,000, but I don't think that extra life is gonna happen now. So I still also want to double check if the next game is Triple Deluxe. I know that Kirby has so many games that even if it's a minuscule game that nobody gives a shit about, I probably would want to play it too. You know how a lot of people usually, when they think of Kirby games, they don't think about something like Kirby Avalanche or Kirby's Dream Course. But those are Kirby games. Just that yes, they are not like mainline Kirby games. I guess they are spin-offs. But I want to play everything. At least everything that is reasonable to play. Because yeah, shit like the Satellaview or whatever, like, I can't be bothered. Yeah, if it's for a main console, I would want to. I actually remember Kirby Dream Course being such a good game. Very fucked up towards the end though, but a very good game nonetheless. Kirby's Avalanche is basically just Puyo Puyo, so whatever, but I mean Puyo Puyo is a good game, but yeah, at that point just play Puyo Puyo. Kirby's Avalanche doesn't count. Yeah, I know, it's Puyo Puyo. But it's still a game that is easy to play in the sense that it's not for some obscure system or for a system that doesn't run it well. And it's also, at least for me, very playable because it's Puyo Puyo. If it was a turn-based RPG, it would be a different story. Alright, well, here goes nothing again. We will see. Okay, it seems that since I didn't hit like the bad ground at the start, that's what made this guy's, well, now he's gonna show up, but he didn't show up before because of that. Wow, that, bro, I specifically tried to avoid you, you sack of shit. It's like you purposely hit me because you're an asshole. I want to murder you, Captain Falcon. Did Vanilla Puyo Puyo never get released in the West? Apparently there is one version of Puyo Puyo that got localized, but I don't think it was widespread at all. It's the one that they use for the Sega Ages version in the Nintendo Switch, but yeah, I don't think that was that much of a popular thing at all. Like, it might as well not even exist. But it's probably gonna be futile regardless, but I will try to hyper focus here. I know that it most likely will serve zero purpose, as you can probably see, but yeah, want to see if I can at least get close. I don't know, at this point I think that Even if I don't manage to get it, I want to at least have the hope that I could possibly get it. So using a booster right before a ground booster is a terrible idea. There's absolutely no reason to do that. You end up wasting the speed that you get. Just that sometimes you want to use it as a recovery measure, but it's not worth it at all. Alright. Well, there's only 2 more attempts. Yeah, I think that not hitting this like bad ground at the beginning helps you keep the opponents out for a while. Promise that not for as long as I would like, but it does keep them out for a reasonable, I guess, amount of time. Not as reasonable as I would like. You know what, this is probably a bad idea. I don't think it was a bad idea, but that asshole got in the way, unfortunately. Not a bad idea. I just got unlucky with that guy. It is what it is. I'm blocking the fire stingray. I wouldn't say consistently, but in a very funny way. Seems that even activating the booster barely even makes you get closer to anyone. And the fact that these 2 guys are coming at the same time, it's absolutely crazy. As if the fire stingray being there is not bad enough. What a dipshit. God damn it. Alright. Last attempt, and then we are out. I'm so surprised that there with the booster it's like I can barely keep up with the regular speed of the Blue Falcon. It shouldn't be that way, but it is that way for some reason. Because it feels like it. Slightly step on the battleground. Okay. Have someone getting closer. Okay, I'm escaping a little bit. But it doesn't get closer. My perfect zigzagging. You're too close. It's fine. Thankfully that guy didn't get in the way, but... Wow, the fire... Okay. I did crash there, but the fire stingray was approaching at such an insane speed. That's a shame because that attempt was relatively close, but unfortunately not enough. What a pain in the ass, dude. But that was close. That was actually close, surprisingly, I guess. But yeah, I will have to practice Deadwind 1. I still can't believe, dude. Like, I can guarantee you I can first try every other track with Golden Fox, but Deadwind 1? Apparently not. Alright, that's fine. Look, I'll practice that off stream and see what I can do about it. But tomorrow I'm most likely, assuming I can make it work, I probably want to play Kirby Triple Deluxe. But only if I make it work. If I don't make it work, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna play. But we will see. In any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one, and take care.